Welcome to Guess the Lines Week 16 of the Upper Bowl podcast. Duncan, Dad, and I were doing some recon mission at Eagles and Raiders, and it was way too cold, and I'm currently thawing out back in South Florida. Duncan, Dad, how are you doing? And Jake, how are you doing as you were, I guess you were toasty warm in Texas, am I right? Watching the Lions and Rams.
It's a little bit colder here in Dallas, but not as cold as the Cowboys playoff chances. Oh, see what I did there? Sunday night loss. Tough Sunday for me. Not that you root for relevancy, and the Lions had a tough go at it in the second half. Stafford's playing at it at an MVP level, which makes me sick just saying it, but gotta call it how you see it. He put on a show, and the Rams' high-powered offense was just way too much for a battered and bruised Lions defense, missing so many. But those are not excuses, just factors. Whereas Duncan, Dad, it looked like you guys were having a whale of a time, and it was a varsity against JV kind of display.
Varsity, more like freshman versus JV or freshman versus varsity anyways. I'll say that for sure. That's probably the worst football team I've ever seen in my lifetime. That tops every Browns team I've ever seen anyways. So I'll say that for sure. All right, guys. We got the 10 questions. Freshly off a long plane ride because Westchester decided to cancel everybody's flight, and I had to fly to Newark today. So we were doing these in the car ride down to Newark, New Jersey. So where we had at least 5G service at least before my battery was about to go out on me. So the 10 questions are made, including everything else. So we'll have fun with this. All right, number 10. Thoughts on the Bucs blowing the Thursday night game to the Falcons, and follow-up, is Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield on the hot seat if they don't make it past Wild Card Weekend? Duncan, Dad, I'll have you start, by the way.
Oh, man. Really heartbreaking loss for the Bucs. You got to have that lead, got to hold on to, especially versus the Falcons. I mean, Captain Kirk did his thing. Obviously, Bajan at the end of the game, just a little snafu, but we all said that, I guess, growing up anyway. I think Bowles is more on the hot seat than Mayfield is. I don't think they're going to completely, blow things up in that sense. The wild card weekend with all of the injuries that they've had so far this season, I think just getting them all back on the same page and kind of getting back into the groove. Shout out to the Carolina Panthers for choking away the game versus the Saints late to give the Bucs a save, a little gimme game for their playoff hopes. But it just goes to show you, I mean, they take care of business. They win the game versus the Falcons. They've got a clear, game and a half, 2-game lead, and pretty much just one more, and they've locked it up. But I don't know. I think Baker's fine. Bowles, who are you going to get that's better for Bowles right now?
Jake Rietma, what do you think?
Yeah, I think because of as Duncan, Dad, just alluded to, the Saints' surprise victory over the Panthers, you kind of chalk it up to not necessarily a nothing burger, but now it's all just wait and see. You got 2 of your 3 remaining games against the Panthers, or if you're the Panthers, against the Bucs, and we'll all just see how it plays out. I do think that there's a chance that it really goes to hell in a handbasket for the Bucs if the Panthers proceed to win these next 2 games, but it just kind of depends on how it all plays out. They got lucky, they got saved, and they can make it ancient history if they go and take care of business and then make some noise in the playoffs.
Panthers' last 3 games this year: home for the Bucs, home for Seattle, then at Tampa Bay on January 4th. I think could we say that we may have a division on the line in Tampa Bay on January 4th?
Could be, man. I definitely see Panthers probably going, good chance to go 2-1 during that stretch. Depends on what happens. Seattle, they need to keep winning. They just, everything they take a punch, and here comes the Rams. They take another punch towards them, here comes the Rams again. So, it's going to be, to echo Jake, if it goes sideways, and they just lose those games quickly, there could definitely be some stuff that gets turned around in Tampa Bay.
So this is the Tampa's last three games. Home for the at Tampa Bay, then they're in the state of Florida the whole rest of the year.
Right.
Home at Miami and home for Carolina. I think I'm going to say this. We may have a Sunday night game. I'm going to say this. If the Panthers could go 2-1 at least, or 2 or 3-0, and the Bucs go 3-0, or 2-1 or 1-2, it's going to go down to the division.
It always cracks me up when the last weekend of the season, they flex in those, pivotal divisional games. And 9 times out of 10, it's two, I don't want to say bad teams, but we'll go mediocre teams.
Irrelevant teams?
Indianapolis and Houston playing each other.
Right. It's like
Indy, Tennessee, at least,
But the point being, it's just teams that, because they've been so mediocre and this other team's been so mediocre, hey, this game means everything now. Let's flex it into Sunday Night Football. And I get why they do it, because it means more than, playing for games that are for seeding or anything of that nature, when it's legitimately winner advances to the playoffs and loser goes home. So I get it, but it's just always funny how it all plays out like that.
Definitely, for sure. I think it's great for the Sunday night game, especially. All right, number 9. Thoughts on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills comeback win versus New England Patriots. I'm going to do a little background. We saw the score 21-0, Jake and Duncan Dad and I. So well, this game's over. And then we see the score again. And it was like, oh, wow, Buffalo came back. What were your viewpoints for this? You were on the couch and stuff.
Yeah, I had the, what would you call it? The 4-box viewpoint on one monitor. And I had the main game on the other monitor for the early game, and quickly changed. What did I have on the main screen? I had Chiefs and Chargers, which was also a good game. But then I quickly went with 2 monitors. Okay, one screen is devoted to Bills and Patriots, the other screen Chiefs Chargers, and had to turn the audio in the second half on Bills Patriots to listen to that comeback as well as watch it. And it was listen, I know what Vlad and I got into it on some power rankings not too long ago with some great discussion, discourse, but I said don't count the Bills out yet, because they have the best player in all of football. When he's good, Josh Allen is still Superman, and we saw that. And I don't care how bad the defense is, it's not good, but when you outscore the opponents and you boat race them the way they did in the second half, the Bills still deserve to be in the conversation. And I don't know how it's all going to play out. I still like, you look at that first half, you like what you saw from the Patriots, but it's a 60-minute game, and Josh Allen and that Bills offense proved they've still got some gas left in the tank.
I just thought it was a crazy comeback anyways. I saw the highlights when I got home last night.
There was a questionable defensive pass interference call that went against New England, and then shortly thereafter, I think like 2 plays later, Buffalo goes straight to the end zone. So, maybe some of that Chief magic has been passed over to Buffalo now.
Nah, let's
not bury a team yet.
Right.
Let's not bury a team.
The Chiefs have gotten like 10 years of the benefit of the doubt, and Patrick Mahomes, and obviously we're going to get to that, I'm sure, in a sec.
There's a lot. There's a lot
to unpack there. But one call that goes the Bills' way does not equate them to the years and years and years that the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes have benefited from the whistle.
There's a flag on that comment. There's a flag on that comment.
On me or you?
Offsetting.
Yeah,
replay the down.
Let's go to. We'll say this. We're going 4-4 hockey. How about that? At least you in the box for 2 minutes for roughing each. All right. Can we say the Raiders? Number 8. Can we say the Raiders are the worst franchise sits blank? Insert team. Eagles shut out the Raiders 31-0 yesterday. What can we say is the worst run team, would you say? This Raider team is probably the worst I've ever seen.
Are you specifically staying in the realm of football, or are we going off?
We can go any sport now on this one, bad boy.
I think the LA Clippers are really bad.
I was just going to say, any worst of the worst questions always hit close to home, and I unfortunately have a rehearsed answer of the 0-16 Lions, and I just have to leave it at that, because you can't get any worse than that.
That is right. Well, or the 0-16 Browns, at least,
Yeah.
Either one.
It just seems like Oakland just misallocates their resources on just the wrong things. Like the opposite of what Jerry Jones does, right? Like Jerry Jones is like, everyone's going this way, I'm going that way. The Raiders are like, everyone's going this way, so let's keep going this way. But instead of it being a guy who's semi-quality, they're like, let's play Jamarcus Russell, $138 million. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go bring in a 70-some-year-old head football coach who's past his prime. Yeah, let's go. They just draft the number 1 running back, but not run the ball. Like, come on, man.
draft a safety at number 4 at least. Come on.
It's a lot. Like a lot of those decisions. And I know we rag on the Jets a lot of time too, but Oakland is not wanting, so Las Vegas, they're not wanting for money. Like they have finance behind them. So it's not like they are not able to pay a player or hold on to someone. But you had Defensive Player of the Year a couple years ago. He walks. Come on, guys.
Yeah, you offer him a contract anyways. That's crazy.
Khalil Mack, right?
Yeah. They trade him for 3 first-round picks and didn't do anything with those picks anyways. So
yeah, they got AOC.
If I had to choose a team, the Browns teams are bad, and any of these Jets
horrible, dude.
Especially the early 2010s and the mid 2010s, that was brutal football to watch. Like I always tell my friends, like, thank God I'm like, why do you invest in Sunday tickets? Like, so I don't have to watch that crap anyways on my CBS channel. So
yeah, well, shout out to what's his face, Captain Jet. He was like, no, not renewing my season tickets.
Yeah, shout out to that Jet fan. Shout out to that.
Back, yeah.
Shout out to that. All right, number 7. Thoughts on the Lions-Rams game? Anything? Trevor was listening to this game on Detroit Lions Radio Network. I'm not trying to say this because Jake, you worked for the Detroit Lions Radio Network. I just enjoyed the broadcast. I want your thoughts on this game, anyways, because I feel like I don't want to say this to be mean, but I think the Lions are in trouble. They need some wins badly down the stretch, anyways. This 3-game stretch.
Yeah, you still like to think, okay, and they don't by the definition control their own destiny, but the Bears have arguably the toughest schedule remaining between the Packers and then the 49ers and then the Lions. And in theory, you don't ever want to count your, whatever the saying is, count your chickens before they hatch type of thing. But the Lions, they got to beat the Steelers at home. They got to beat the Vikings and then go beat the Bears. And that would put them at 11 wins. With the expanded playoff, a team with 11 wins has never not gotten in. So you'd feel pretty good about your chances there. But again, mathematically, it's not set in stone by any means. But as for this game, like our Lockdown post-game show is a little bit of everything. You got the emotions. If you follow the Lions day to day, and I don't expect anyone to, but you always feel like you're at the short end of some calls. The Lions certainly were. In this case, not that's not why they lost the game, but it's always a discussion point. And I hate the Detroit versus everybody. It's the dumbest mindset ever. But, and again, it's not why the Lions lost this game, but the Rams were called for their first penalty with, I think, 2 minutes and change left in that game. The Parkinson's first touchdown, I know Barstool was all over it with some, like, I watched it live. I didn't even think the guy caught it. But again, that's not why they lost, but you're just scratching your head like, you're already shorthanded in terms of defensive personnel against a really good Rams. It's not to take anything away from the Rams. And like I said at the top of the show, Stafford's playing at an MVP level. Puka Nacua might be the best might be the best wide receiver in terms of catch radius, hands, and his angry runs after he yards after catch. I don't have the numbers mathematically to tell you who's the best, and one of those things, it when you see it. He is absolutely elite. It is unfortunate Devontae Adams comes up gimp on one of those plays with the hamstring. He's kind of been battling that all season. Don't know what he is as far as the outlook on Devontae Adams, but the Rams are a Super Bowl contending team. The Lions are a really good football team. The Lions were a little bit shorthanded, and the Rams simply outlasted the Lions and boat raced them in the third quarter, and that was the difference of the game. I think the final score is pretty telling. The Rams were about a touchdown better, and the Lions weren't up to task to compete at that high level against a team like the Rams. The game the Lions had, that beats a lot of teams in the National Football League yesterday. It doesn't beat the Rams at home.
I just thought it was an impressive game. I just thought that game was the most marquee to watch out of all the double. I know that there's the Packers played. I looked at it as like, this Lions Rams game is going to be entertaining. I want to watch it whenever I get home, and plus listen to it on the radio. You guys.
Yeah. We said this on our post game show, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to nerd out, but
nerd.
Yeah. The amount of, negative conversation there's been around the Lions offense, and John Morton and Ben Johnson's not here, and Dan Campbell's calling plays now. And that's all what, idiots like me and talking heads do. And then, let's just go check out who's leading the NFL in points per game. It's the Detroit Lions with better than 30 points per game, which is there's a lot of different ways to measure offense, but I had to check myself. Like, wait a second, of all the problems they've had on the offensive line, the Frank Ragnow come back from retirement debacle, Dan Campbell starts taking, they're still leading the NFL in points per game. And you score 30 points per game, you should win a lot of football games, but that's also a testament to how bad the defense has been.
Got anything?
No, I'll just add that number 1, number 2 in YAC in the NFL this year are JSN is 1 and Puka is number 2. So the eye test is correct.
All right. Appreciate you having my back, Duncan.
This is why I like Jake Reitma. I'm going to say this, why we like to have Jake Reitma on the pod as much as possible. We like to have the Detroit bias in his own way. It's good for our podcast, and it just shows there's other Lions fans and like to expose the Lions fans to our podcast anyways.
Yeah, well, I like to chalk it up to perspective as much as bias, because I think the Detroit versus everybody mantra is so dumb and overplayed.
Hey, it sounds familiar to Duncan. It sounds familiar. Am I right?
Yeah, that's we've entered into this world of sports fandom where everyone wants to take on the Lion Nation, Red Sox Nation,
Raider Nation.
Us against the world. We got. Listen, it's very few and far between where you look at teams like that who literally come out of nowhere, have no business being in this position, and it's like, all right, you've got this target on your back, they're coming after you, or what the hell are you doing in here? Man up and let's go. Like if someone said right now, University of Indiana and put them in that kind of category, like, oh yeah, okay, cool, because they statistically and history-wise show that you have no business being in this playoff. You have no business being the number 1 team in the country. You have no business having the high. Like, if you want to say Indiana versus Royal right now, okay, cool, I'll give you that.
It's different, which we like, anyways. All right, yeah. Number 6, number 5, please. Number 6. Should the Rams be worried about Puka and Davante Adams injuries? By the way, Davante had a nice came up. Gibby was a hammy. Puka had one yesterday.
Yeah, I think Puka just a little banged up. He did a little limp there towards the end of the game. He's one of those guys just fights through stuff. I'd be more concerned to see how much or how long the Davante injury really comes into play, but I don't think it's as severe as some of the other ones that we saw yesterday. He was already nursing a bad hammy going into the game.
Yeah.
So give him a week, 2 weeks.
Give him a month at least. Jake, you got anything?
No, I just the Davante Adams one looked bad live. Puka's was weird, but they said it was just cramping. So
okay, I thought it looked bad. I was like, oh shoot, I gotta add that. All right, number 5. With the Chiefs being eliminated from playoffs today, yesterday, how concerned are you about Patrick Mahomes' knee now since he blew it out during that play? Anyways, what were your thoughts? I saw the thing. I was like, oh my. Anyways, should we say that we could put the season on 2026 for the Chiefs on layaway? Can we say that yet or no?
You want to go there, Chiefs lover?
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs dynasty. Salute. It was a good run, but as Vince Carter would say in the dunk contest, it's over.
Ain't number 10 grand.
It's true. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, I think it's a very if it turns out to be, the end of it, right? I think it's kind of like.
So I'm just waiting for Travis Kelce to play this week.
It was kind of like an all-encompassing, play of Mahomes. Like, he's rolling out, trying to bring him back. The defense bailed him out again to hold him to a field goal lead. He tries to make one of his moves outside, throwing the ball away, and then Pop goes the weasel, knee goes down. Nothing, vicious or malicious about it, but you're thinking this is probably Kelce's last run at it. There's really, at this point, I would say different if we were in a older kind of NFL, but I think with the way we're going now, like if Mahomes turned around and is like, hey, I'll be back. If he was like, you know what, I'm going to hang it up, I'm going to retire. Like, I don't think there would be, not that there'd be not so much of a fall off, but people will be like, okay, I see it. He's got MVP, he's won a championship, 3 chases, but his receivers are mid-level. His tight end's getting ready to retire. He's got a young running back. Andy Reid has been there now for a quick minute. He's ready to kind of, go out to greener pastures as well. So am I putting a fork in everything and saying he's done completely? I want him to have an ending fitting of him, but I don't want him to come back to try to do like the Montana thing. Like, I'm leaving San Fran, going to Kansas City.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Shell on myself. We're gonna have one good run to like the AFC divisional round, and it's like, and then you're finished. The difference is when stuff happened with Brady in New England, because everybody's bringing up the comparisons about that culture in New England and the players, it seemed to be a little more in check and in place than what you got going on in Kansas City, right? Because Kansas City was like, man, they've just like, they have cheated death and the football gods so often, so much that at some point, right, that's got to end, right?
You got to pay the piper. You got to pay the piper.
Right, exactly. You have to pay the piper, right? You have to.
Yeah. I also wonder with Andy Reid, like he's an offensive genius, but the last 2 years, and it's hard to even look at last year. I mean, they made the Super Bowl for goodness sakes, but the offense in a lot of ways has gone stale. Like there's no on-time throws from Mahomes. The offense literally turned into Mahomes running around doing what Mahomes does,
making plays.
Making plays. Right. There's no creativity to it like a patented Andy Reid offense from years past.
Yeah, right. There was always creativity, no matter what. Now it's like, what are we doing here? All right. Number 4, how concerned should the Packers be with Micah Parsons' knee injury?
No smiling over there. No smiling. I see you smiling.
Yeah. I never
Grinch smile.
Never root for injuries. Never root for injuries. That's unfortunate all the way around. But it was confirmed torn ACL. A bummer, but I heard someone make an interesting comparison. I think it was on the McAfee show. One of the guys, I don't remember which one. It wasn't McAfee, but that the Packers are really looking like the Lions of last year, where they might be the best team. And again, I'll pump up the Lions last year. Like Lions were 15-2 last year. They were the best team in the NFC North, but by the time the playoffs came around, the war of attrition felt like they had lost that war. And unfortunately, the Packers, to no fault of their own, it's just the ugly nature of the game. Sometimes it's a violent game. There's a lot of injuries. In Micah Parsons' case, it's a non-contact injury. And that human element is unpredictable. It's impossible to avoid. And the Packers have just been on the rough end of it this year. Not to say they can't make a run, but losing Micah Parsons. And I'm not sure Christian Watson's status, but he went down yesterday as well. And they've just been, obviously Tucker Kraft earlier in the season, they've just been dropping like flies for the Packers, which is unfortunate.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we've seen what happened when you make the Packers more or less a one-dimensional offense with Josh Jacobs, right? And it really pushes a lot of pressure on Jordan Love. And even though he's able to take advantage of some of the matchups, Reed is back, Dobbs is always hit and miss. Losing Watson, having that lockdown on defense, I think the analogy is perfect. This is Detroit losing Hutchinson going into the playoffs. How's this going to play out? And I don't think there's enough in the cash for Green Bay to get over that division round conference championship game less Parsons. And not that he makes that much of a difference, but he does make that much of a difference. So if I'm Green Bay, I'm really, really concerned about how it is I am going forward. They got a big game coming up versus Chicago, right?
Yeah. Saturday night.
Saturday night versus Chicago. So that is huge. And not for anything. And I've been crapping on the Bears all year, right? But like their schedule being very favorable, they're winning those games. And, sometimes, and I don't want to say it and speak it into existence, but you've got to have some of these chips fall and these dominoes fall around you. And for whatever reason, like it's trending that way for the Bears. And like I utter saying it, but you look down the line, you're like, okay, much better first round matchup in the playoffs than even the Eagles would have right now, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is holding course, and listen, stranger things have happened in the playoffs.
Strange things do happen in the playoffs, no matter what. All right, number 3. Thoughts on the Colts calling up Phillip Rivers out of retirement to start versus Seahawks on Sunday. I had to throw this in. Cam Newton's offended by this, which is hilarious. I know he was last in the league by 2021 season. Phillip Rivers has not played a game since the 2021 wild card weekend versus the Bills. Are we just out of quarterbacks now? Like, do we just not want to like call up anyone on the free agent list of like? Do we not want to call up any of the college quarterbacks or like?
I want Jake to start this. I think I know where he's going with this. He's gonna be in the same line as me. Yeah, bud.
Oh boy, that puts the pressure on. My thing, like from a viewer standpoint, it was entertaining as hell. Like in the afternoon, I was dialed into that game as well.
Absolutely.
And it's a great story. I loved what Phil Rivers had to say post game. It was inspirational. That checked every single box. But I do think it's an indictment on backup quarterbacks everywhere, and even free agent quarterbacks or practice squad quarterbacks, whatever it may be, that you bring a 44-year-old grandfather with the dad bod off the couch as your best option. And maybe it's more of a testament to Phil because they were in that game and they had a chance. But it absolutely is. That said, like, again, from a fan's perspective, it truly was one of the great stories. And if the Seahawks kicker didn't make 8 field goals and especially one at the horn, like, read the room, man. We want an inspirational story.
Yeah.
Miss a field goal, give the
push it, man. Just push it.
It was a can matches for the Seahawks, anyways. All they could do was kicks, anyways. Duncan, what's your take?
Shout out to Cam. Love the outfits, love the hat, love the the flair, whatever you guys want to call it. I know everybody's floating around Kaepernick's name. Jake messaged about the backup guys being ready, people in the free agent market being ready. I think really came down to the fact that Rivers knows Steichen's offense. Like, he just knows he could run it. So at this point, they're like, all right, if you can give me a 75% version of Philip Rivers, and as we get into maybe week 2 or week 3, we're still in the playoff contention, I'd like to throw the ball a little deeper. But at this point, run the ball, short checks, hand off. I don't have to teach you the playbook. Like, come in and, let's go. And everybody's like, oh, what about Riley Leonard? You are, and not that he stinks, but like, this is at this point, right? It was the number 1 seed in their division. You are a potential, playoff team looking at a home game. Phil Rivers has been there. He's done that. Like, that all comes into play when you get to the later stage of the NFL season. Not saying that Leonard couldn't hold it, but come on, man. Like, Steichen's on the horn, run this out. Like, I got it. I feel like there's pressure. All right, fine. Now, the physical skills set, yeah, I mean, he's 44, man. Like, come on. Like, what do you expect?
He's a dad out there. It's like so weird.
Yeah, he's not Aaron Rodgers, man. He's not sitting there, doing the peyote in the jungle, doing the hot sweats and stuff like that. He's doing the hot sweats from the meats he's having at the barbecue after the football practice.
Say no more. Say no more. Number 2, Saturday NFL games are back. Do you like the Saturday NFL games are on, or do you hate how it's going up against the 2 college football games on Saturday night? Jake, you start.
Give me college football over the NFL any day. That's coming from the host of Fan University, so I gotta follow the where the paycheck is.
Fan University, please listen to it. By the way, it helps out Jake Reitman, recurring guest Carter Freeman, and hopefully one day Matthew your other co-host, Matthew Baxter.
Oh, Brennan Baxter, yeah,
Brennan Baxter. I apologize. Duncan, Dad.
Yeah, NFL, Eagles versus the Commanders in Washington. Hopefully the Eagles take care of business. Division be wrapped up. Huge game, Bears and Packers. But, the NCAA has a little thing called the college football playoff going on during that week. And, I feel like a million people and their brothers are going to be tuning into the college football playoff. I, like Jake, I'm going to choose, even though the Eagles are playing, I'm going to choose the college football at this time, especially on a Saturday. I don't feel like it's sometimes square peg round hole kind of stuff.
Yeah.
When we didn't have all these college football games, all these playoffs, we just had bowl games later on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that was a nice little sprinkle in there. But right now, no, you don't need it. You don't need to do that. Plus, it makes short week for the Eagles, short week for the Bears, short week for the Packers. The Commanders, hopefully they just show up. But just come on, man. Come on, give me some.
As someone who has to do the first game of the college football playoff on Saturday at high noon, 11 a.m. Central Time in Texas. I like it because I get to watch the Miami Hurricanes game produced at Bad Boy. Then I can go watch the Eagle game. If the Eagles and Packer game are both okay and not entertaining, I have college football game on. Even though they're 2 crappy matches for Ole Miss versus Tulane and JMU at Oregon, I just want competitive games. I just want options on television. Is that not too hard to ask for these days?
No, I think you're good. And let me just, I was looking at something. They've got
they spaced it out pretty nicely because you have Bama on Friday night, Saturday, you have Miami at Texas A&M. Then you have Ole Miss and Tulane. Yeah, I think it's perfect. I think they skid it up perfectly. All right, number 1. Give me your power rankings after week 15. I'm going to give you mine. Rams, Seahawks, Bills at 3. Patriots 4. Nope. Ravens 4, Patriots 5. My honorable mention.
Ravens?
I have my
The Ravens.
Yeah,
The
Ravens. That might be as bad as Vlad's Panthers.
He's hanging out with Vlad.
Yeah.
I was
Are you sure you didn't have a couple of mimosas on that flight or screwdrivers?
No.
The Ravens?
I was stuck between them and the Texans almost. I just
Oh my
couldn't-
God.
The
right,
Baltimore
we're-
Ravens, just to make sure. Like,
who shut out the Cincinnati Bengals this weekend.
dude, they're a 500 team, Trevor.
Man, I did not look at the standings.
All right, come on. He can take a mulligan on that. We'll
No,
just erase
no.
that from our-
Hold him up to the fire. He has to stick with it.
That's fine. Go, Jake, go.
Yeah, you're like anybody. Start talking so that the audience doesn't continue to hear that Trevor
Ravens.
Harris, put the Baltimore Ravens in my power rankings.
Week 16 of the Upper Bowl podcast.
That's right. Mark it. There we go.
Flip
I just
it.
I just want this moment to linger a little bit longer to make you uncomfortable.
Watch, they're going to come back. They're going to sneak in as like the division winner, win 2 games, and find themselves in the AFC Championship game.
And then we're gonna
Truth-
say Trevor was right all along.
Truth be told, I had them as I think my pick in the Super Bowl. I think.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Tell
that's
you
true,
what,
yeah.
well, if I maybe the Panthers will find a way to get into the playoffs, and the Panthers and Ravens will eventually square off in the Super Bowl, and you and Vlad can take your victory laps.
You know
I'm
how
not-
crazy that would be.
Last time the Panthers
It's
were
like
in a
it's
Super Bowl was in San
mathematically
Francisco.
possible, man.
Yeah.
Last time the Panthers were in a Super Bowl was in Santa Clara anyway, so it only makes sense
Dude.
anyways.
There you
Can you
go.
imagine if Bryce Young won a Super Bowl before Lamar Jackson and he gets his throat in Cam Newton's face? Oh, all right. Now you just start pulling for the Panthers now.
Yeah. But on that same token, I think you and Vlad both have to do some kind of bet payoff for picking, or not picking, but putting the Panthers and Ravens in your power rankings this late in the season.
Yeah.
It's only fair.
I didn't put the Panthers in my power rankings.
No, Vlad did.
did.
Oh yeah, that's
Vlad
true.
did, yeah.
Yeah,
I-
Vlad has to have a punishment for that for the Panthers. Vlad, the Panthers fan, and Trevor, the Ravens fan. But all right, I will stop rambling. My power.
Well, I'm gonna
rank-
clip this now anyway, so it's be entertaining at least.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you deserve it. You deserve.
I
mean,
really do deserve it anyway.
a
So it's
proud podcast like Upper Bowl. We have to hold the utmost integrity and credibility of this program. And
That is true.
the Panthers and Ravens in your power rankings collectively from 2 different contributors is just not of that standard. I'm sorry.
should we just make me just do hockey pucks to the face, like really old school style?
Yeah, like-
goalie pad, like the
Yeah.
guy from D2 at least or D1.
Yeah. Or Happy
Nice.
Gilmore at a batting cage and just take fastballs off the chest.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give you my
Here we go,
power rankings.
rankings.
They were on full display yesterday. Props to them. It was tough to watch, but the Rams are my number 1.
Mhm.
And it's just fact of the matter is, I keep saying it, but those weapons, Stafford, we even talk about Kyron Williams. I mean, my goodness, he was running all over the
Like
line.
Corum too, by the way. Your Michigan
Yeah,
Wolverine.
Yep, gotta throw him
Blake.
in there. Gotta throw him in there as well. And you know what? I'm a big believer. Again, you guys know this. You are what your record says you are. So I got to keep the Broncos at number 2. Big win at home over the Packers. They're 12-2 on the season. So I got the Broncos at 2. Number 3, the NFC West, just in and of itself, is kind of the NFC North from last year. You got 3 really, really good teams. So I'll go with the Seahawks as my number 3 team, and then number 4. This is. Oh wait, am I at 4? What have I
Yeah,
done?
you're at 4 right now. You're at 4.
All right, I've done Rams. I've got Rams,
Broncos.
Seahawks. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then I'll keep the Patriots up there at number 4. Still 11-3, still everything in front of them, still leading the division. And that 21-0 lead after the first half is kind of a glimpse into how good I think they can be. And then my number 5 team, this is tough because I believe in the NFC. I hate to have 3 teams from one division in my power rankings, but I'm going to look at the 49ers, and they've overcome a ton of injuries, and all they do is just keep winning. They just keep winning. So give me the Niners at 10-4. And that just shows you how much better I think the NFC is than the AFC. So there you go. A real power rankings without the Baltimore Ravens and without the Carolina Panthers. Shout out, Vlad.
Very good. All right. So I'm going to exclude
this stands for nothing.
It's hard because of the collectiveness, but Panthers and Ravens won't be in this top 5. I think I'm going to echo a lot. I'm going to echo a lot of what Jake said. I think the Rams right now, even with despite losing Devontae for probably a game or so, I think they're just the most well-oiled, well-maintained team right now in the NFL. They're number 1. Denver, I go with the same thing. Their record at 12-2, they're winning games. Defense is spot on. Bo Nix, he just shows up and gets touchdowns when he needs to get touchdowns. If he's not feeling it, they'll beat you 16-13. They just think that's how Denver will play games. And I'd be really hard pressed as another AFC team going into Denver for that championship game like that. I would not want to go to Denver at that time of year and play that game. 3, I know record, right? Man, I just like, I want to go fudge. I think I got to put send it in. I know. Send it in, Jerome. Send it in. Yeah, I think I still want to put the Patriots at 3, and I think for all the reasons Jake brought up. 21-0 on the Bills. The Bills made some adjustments. You have Allen. It reminds me of the Bills playing the Chiefs in season. Chiefs take a lead. Bills come back, have that big exciting win. Everyone's crowning, Buffalo as the come-all, end-all. Playoff time rolls around. Chiefs figure it out. They beat the Bills. I think the Patriots in that instance do the same thing. Number 4, it's hard to argue against the Bills or the Seahawks for 4 and 5. So I think at that point, I'll just throw them as interchangeable 4 and 5. I think, again, Seattle, they're just quietly winning, dominating games. The defense is good. You still have the Darnold factor, but their talent collectively is showing itself. After those guys, I don't want to go ahead and put San Francisco. I mean, that's my top 5. I'm not even going to mention the Niners names. I don't like the Niners. I'm biased.
Say no more.
One more win. I'll put the Eagles back in the top 5. How about that?
It took me a lot to put me back with the Eagles, and I was kind of right to take them off the power rankings real quickly, anyways, before the bye week. All right, those are the 10 questions for week 15. Who's back of the week? Can I say flights being canceled because of snowstorms? Me. That was me today. That was me Sunday, anyways. All the snow ruined all the airlines if you're a Sunday or a Monday, anyways. So airlines canceling flights because of the weather. Jake, who's back of the week?
Who's back? Grandpa quarterbacks. Phil Rivers back. Got to give him a tip of the cap. Inspirational stuff, man.
Duncan Dad.
Who's back? Young D-bag Division I quarterbacks who don't win the Heisman, going off and pulling a 2026 Johnny Manziel. That's who's back.
Yeah, what a loser, man.
I mean, talk about a way of just like crapping your draft capital with owners, and then to come back and make that whole statement. We know you had to make the statement, but we saw the videos, we saw the sign. You already have the whole thing going on with who's the podcaster? Should know his name.
Theo Von.
Yeah, I mean, it is a train wreck. It's like it's Manziel without like the Manziel talent.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, he went from a good story of a guy and good story, use that term loosely, but I guess
underdog story.
Underdog, yeah. I mean, he was at New Mexico State, worked his way up. I mean, you got to the Heisman Trophy ceremony as the quarterback for Vanderbilt 5 years ago. Nobody would have ever thought, and he just pissed it all away by being a tool.
Yeah. Yep. Let's just leave it at that.
I think that's perfect. Anyways, all right. Week 16. Guess the lines. We have Saturday football. We have Thursday night football. The 1 o'clock hour. The hours is we've ruined already because of lack of games to watch if you have Sunday ticket. All right, Thursday night football. Rams at Seahawks. Rams. By the way, Seahawks wearing those rivalry unis. Do we like them? Hate them? Yank them?
Love them.
All right.
Wait,
Obviously,
the throwback ones?
No, the rivalries unis. Those.
Oh, I have to give that a quick Google. I love the throwback ones.
The throwbacks ones are perfect. They should just make those. They should make those.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at these. No, the throwbacks are too
The white
good.
ones, right?
Yeah, they're like a weird gray though,
Like
right?
seafoam green and gray.
Yeah, something that Oregon would wear, anyways.
Yeah,
Looks like a little like a nice halibut kind of fishbone color in the lumber.
yeah. It's fine. It's not egregious or anything, but the throwbacks are so sick that why deviate from them?
Throwbacks all day.
Rams by 3.
Large and shout out.
John Kitna, how you doing, by the way?
John
Seahawks
Kitna.
legend. Ricky Waters too. How you doing? Rams by 3 for me. What you got, guys?
Rams 3.5.
Yeah, Seattle home. Give me the Rams 2.5.
Survey says 1.5 for the Rams. By the way.
Ooh.
Alrighty. All right. Eagles Saturday games. We have 2. Eagles Washington plays at 5. Packers Bears played 8:20. Eagles Washington. I have Eagles 4.5 point favorite. I don't know what to expect out of Washington with no Jaden Daniels.
I think it should be higher. Eagles 6.5.
Yeah, I'll take the Eagles 6.
On the money. Thank you, Duncan Dad. You're on the dot today. All right.
Screw those
Other game on Saturday night, 8:20 in Chicago, by the way. Packers Bears. I said Packers by 3. I didn't know I couldn't read it, as they played it like 2 weeks ago. Is that too high? Am I crazy?
Well, I think with the injury now to Parsons, that drastically affects the line on the game, even the outcome of the game in general. I mean, I think before you were probably looking at a Packers maybe given 2 points on the road, even though the Bears are playing really well. Now, I think you could probably shift that line to the Bears. Give me the Bears 1.5 at home.
That's exactly what you took the words right out of my mouth. I'll go Bears 2.5.
Packers 1.5 point favorite.
Oh man, I'd buy the Bears.
I don't. That's gonna be a good game. I'll say this. It's nice to see Jake. I know you're a Lions fan. It's weird to see the Bears actually have a quarterback for once. Am I right?
Yeah, give it time. Caleb Williams and his painted fingernails. And no, I think he's very, very talented. And pairing up with Ben Johnson is a scary proposition for the rest of the NFC North.
Definitely. All right. Yikes, these games below. Fun fact for you. I found old notes of my old show, by the way. I haven't had the Chiefs in Yikes, these games below since college radio.
Oof.
Ooh.
Do you want to? Anyone want to guess who the quarterback was in 2012? By the way,
Was it Alex Smith?
No, year after.
Castle?
Yes, and another one too. It was awful, by the way, too, with the Notre Dame.
Brady Quinn.
Yes, that was the last
Oh,
that was the last time I've had him in Yikes, these games below. Chiefs, the Chiefs especially. Chiefs, Titans. Can I say Chiefs by 1?
Be Gardner Minshew going. I'll go Chiefs 2.5. It's still the Titans.
yeah, still the Titans. I think the Chiefs are still a 3-point favorite.
3.5 is your number, by the way.
Yeah,
That's
Minshew
crazy.
magic.
Yeah. All right. Bills, Browns, 1 p.m. in Cleveland. I said Bills 12.5, by the way.
Holy smack balls, Batman. Yeah,
Yes.
we got Jake.
I mean, something like that. Double digits for sure. I'll just say Bills 11.
All right, I'll take the Bills by 9.5. And how apropos if Myles Garrett goes ahead and gets the sack record versus Josh Allen, giving me Brett Favre, Michael Strahan vibes.
There you go.
Oh,
You're the closest, Duncan Dad. 10.
really? What do we got? 10?
10.
All right, nice.
Fucking 10.
What'd you say? 9.5? I said
Yeah.
11.
Split the difference. Split the difference. We'll do it.
Way closer than me.
Jets Saints, 1 p.m. By the way.
Nobody should have to watch this game.
I'm going to say request a local blackout. Give me the Saints by 3. By the way, I like Tyler Shuck anyway, which is crazy to say.
Didn't he get hurt though?
I have no idea.
Got hurt at the end of the game.
I don't know.
I thought he got hurt at the end of the game.
I need a crack producer on this show now. I got to pay. I got to pay for the Jake Reitman's appearances soon, and I got to find a crack producer so I can pay him a little money for us so we can look up all these stats for us. Am I right, Jake?
Yeah. There we go. Let's do Saints 2.5 -2.5.
Duncan, Dad.
Or what did you,
Trev?
I said 3. I said 3 by
3?
Saints.
All right, give me the Saints by a point at home.
That's the more correct answer, I feel. Saints are 4.5 point favorite, by the way.
Oh, all right.
Interesting. All right, Falcons Cardinals 4:05 p.m. I don't want to watch a single second of this, by the way. Give me the Falcons by 1.5.
I'll say Falcons 2.5.
It's a dirty bird game. Cardinals looking like trying. I don't know. You know what? Give me the Cardinals. I want to say pick them. Hey, give me the Cardinals by 2.
Falcons 2.5. Jake, you're on the board, by the way.
All right.
Vikings Giants 1:00 in the Meadowlands. This baby, I don't know how many empty seats do you think will be at this game? You think at the Meadowlands?
More than filled.
Yes, more than filled. Not gonna do it.
Give me the Vikings by 3. They had a good win on Sunday Night Football, by the way. Even though I didn't get to watch much of it because I had to get up at 3 a.m. today.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
go ahead.
Me? Yeah, all right. I'll actually get Vikings by 4, and I'd like to commend myself for officially now recognizing that the Vikings are not making the playoffs this year. So, cheers to me.
Cheers.
Other than that,
thank you, Jose. What do you got, Jake?
Vikings 5.5.
5.5.
Nice.
That's a good number. 2.5 Vikings in the Meadowlands, by the way.
All right.
All right, games 1:00. I'm gonna throw this one in. Do we care if Bengals Dolphins at 1:00 or do we want to throw that in these games below?
Yeah.
Group decision.
I mean,
got flexed out of Sunday Night Football. That's the bad part.
Yeah, I got way flexed out. The Dolphins need to lose, so they keep their pick at like 2 or 3.
Yeah. All right. Bengals Dolphins 1:00. Give me the Dolphins by 3.
Yeah, let's go. I'm doubling that. Give me not quite double. I'll say 4.5 Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins 2.5. Let's have Joe Burrow retire in the offseason.
Yeah, those were some pretty depressing sentiments.
I feel really bad
dark
for
place,
Joe.
man. He's in a dark place right now.
Did you see that they only had 2 gates working at Paul Brown Stadium yesterday?
I mean, come on, man.
Like there was lines of people to get in at both gates. It was like packed to the brim and stuff.
Yeah, that's just
instead of like, can we have the Brown family just sell the team finally, like for real? All right, Chargers Cowboys.
What's the number?
I don't have a number.
Bengals Dolphins got no number. It's a pick 'em game.
Bengals Dolphins. 1.5 Dolphins.
All right.
Apologies. Cowboys Chargers. Can I say the Cowboys are 3-point favorite here? Am I crazy to say that?
If they're going to find a new defense between now and Sunday, then sure.
I mean, you're the same guy who put the Ravens in his top 5 power rankings, so this is on par. I'll take the Chargers by 4. I should have done Chargers by 5 just because.
Yeah, I'll say Chargers 2.5.
Guess I am the smart one. Even though I said 3, it's 2.5 for the Cowboys, by the way.
Oh, I got the wrong team.
I got the wrong team there. A lot of Jerry love.
Sunday ticket watchable. This is can I say a playoff preview between these two
this
teams?
is a highly watchable game.
Which hasn't happened since 1996 when the Broncos got blown out by Mark Brunell and the Jacksonville Jaguars, Jaguars Broncos. How about that 4:05 p.m.?
It's like I think that's the best late window game, easily.
Oh, this week, yeah.
Yeah.
But the real late window game is Jake's Detroit Lions at the home for the Pittsburgh Steelers, by the way.
Yes.
Give me the Broncos by 2.5.
Take the Broncos 3 at home.
I'll say Broncos 4.5. We just keep going up. But the books don't like my big spreads, so I'm probably wrong.
3.
No.
Actual retail price.
3.
Thanks, Bob.
3 is a magic number, as someone said on Schoolhouse of Rock. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think this is probably the best early game. Bucks Panthers.
Yeah, must see TV in the early window, man. Must see TV.
For Vlad, I'm rooting for the Panthers, just for Vlad. I'll go Panthers minus. Wait, who's home?
Panthers.
Minus 1.5 Panthers.
All right, we've got 63 degrees with a chance of a shower in Charlotte on the weekend. I think that may favor the Panthers run game with Rico. I don't want to bet against the Bucks and Baker, but I don't know. Give me the Bucks by 2 on the road, begrudgingly.
Give me the Bucks by 3.5. This is a much need of a bounce back game for the Bucks of all games, anyways. For the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, not even the Creamsicles could save them last week, anyways. Bucks by 3.
That's fair. That's a fair.
There we
spread
go.
there.
Did you like the Buck? Did you like both teams wearing the throwbacks on Thursday Night Football?
Yeah, big fan. Big fan.
Like, even though it's like both color, but it looks good. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
If the Bucks creamsicles are being worn, all is well.
Okay. All right. Doubleheader. We'll start with we'll go to Houston first. Raiders at the Texans. I'm gonna say Texans by 12.5 here.
Holy crap, that is huge. Like the Texans are rolling right now, but I'm 12.5, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to come out of your chair when you hear this, Duncan Dad. The Texans offense put up 40 points. I know it was against the lowly Cardinals, but we're talking about the Raiders here. Give me the Texans 14.5.
Is this going to turn into the biggest spread of the year? I will take the Texans conservatively as a 9.5 point favorite.
I don't have a clue.
That's right, Jim. And I don't know what a clue about those Raiders are either. Survey says Jake Reitma 14.5.
Ooh, my
just toss the
goodness.
tap like it's a hat trick for you right now. It's a hat trick.
That's a walk-off. See you guys.
See ya. That was huge. Nice.
All right. The main game, which everyone wants to watch, especially in the city of Detroit, and you should probably watch Locked On Lions post game with Jake Reitma. Steelers, Lions in the D. How many annoying Steeler fans are going to try to get into this game, you think, Jake?
It's been really tough to get to in the Ford Field. But I will say my grandparents, season ticket holders for 30 plus years, they are selling their tickets for the first time ever. I can never remember a single time. But getting older, they got to get to Florida where it's warm. So I don't blame anyone that leaves Detroit, Michigan for anywhere, especially Florida in December. So maybe
that is breaking news, by the way. That is major breaking news.
Well, I told him to upcharge the hell out of him because he's got like, and sorry to derail the conversation, but for 30 plus years, they've just been giving away tickets. And I mean, at some point, you got to economically think about the investment you've made and get some money back. And I give both my grandparents a lot of credit. They like to bless others.
There you go. Good.
That's like me. That's like me this past year for the Panthers playoff run. I sold my Game 6 tickets for $2,100 each, anyways.
Very nice.
All right, give me the Lions by 3.5 here.
No, I think the Lions
I want Jake to be happy on Monday.
I think the Lions are like a 5.5 favorite, easily 5.5.
I would if they were full strength, but they're so beat up, especially in the back seven. No Kirby Joseph, no Brian Branch, no talent. I'll say Lions 3.5.
What's that? Jake, what'd you say?
Lions 3.5.
Next head coach. Let's go.
7 points for the Lions right now.
Really?
All right.
Yes. 7-point favorite for the.
I do not feel like the Lions are 7 points better than the Pittsburgh Steelers. But
Steelers are garbage, man. Sorry, Steelers fans. I love you, but
yeah,
there's not.
I know that hits hard to, close personal friend, but come on, man. It's the Steelers. It's Tomlin. It's Detroit. It's a track meet inside.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Do we think
Gibbs is gonna have like 3 touches again?
We'll see. All right, Sunday Night Football. This game got flexed in because Bengals Dolphins did not want to be shown nationally televised.
That's why the Ravens are in the top 5 power rankings, Sir Jake.
The gift that keeps on giving.
It does.
I gotta play. I'm getting like shot today, anyways. All right, give me the.
If you don't, no. If you don't take the Ravens here, everything you said is fugazi.
Yeah.
Ravens by 3.5.
Okay, there you go. Die on that hill, man. Die on that hill.
Ravens 4.5.
Oh man, no, I'm taking the Patriots on the road. Patriots are gonna give the Ravens 4.
Number 10 grand.
Ravens 2.5-point favorite in the dark.
Oh my gosh. New England
feel like
loses
AJ
one
Feely
game.
right now, just
New
doing
England
this.
loses one game and they fall off like this. Have people been watching the Ravens offense this year?
Disgusting act by Randy Moss.
You're damn right. Damn right, Joe. Hey, shout out to Joe Buck for winning the Ford Frick Award. He'll be enshrined in the National Baseball Hall of Fame with the class this coming year. We love you and hate you in Philadelphia.
I didn't mind him. I'm the only Eagle fan that actually didn't mind him.
like him.
Anyways,
That's
and
good.
Jake appreciated him because he did the Thanksgiving games
Yeah.
when it was on the NFC year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Monday Night Football. Are you gonna watch this Colts 49ers?
Oh yeah. I'm
Like,
invested.
should we be worried that Philip Rivers may get killed?
I'm in.
Hey, I put the 49ers in my power rankings. Give me the Niners minus 4.5.
The
Don't
Niners
think
have to be favored by at least 5. But you know what? Colts on the money line. Great story at home. Rivers wins. F. Purdy. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
What's your spread? 5.5.
Let's say 5, yeah.
Okay.
No, 44. 4.4. 4.5.
Give me the Niners by 6. I hate seeing that. 5.5 for the 49ers.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nah, that's all right. Colts in the money line, people. Colts in the money line. Let's go.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Let's
Go
hope
big or
so.
go home.
Hey,
Lock up
definitely.
the
Next
division.
week, I will say this. We got a lot of football next week, so
There is a lot.
buckle up because we have the holidays and stuff. Jake, what's going on at Fan University as we are in playoff season? Are you excited? And are you going to try to go down to Aggieland to go see Miami and Texas A&M?
You know, I was considering it, but we'll have a couple people on the road. My co-host Carter Freeman's going to be at Alabama, Oklahoma, and Norman, so looking forward to that. And then the following week,
That's a destination.
yeah, can't miss Norman, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
The following after the bye, my other co-host Brennan Baxter will be at the Orange Bowl for Texas Tech and likely Oregon.
We'll see. We will see. All right. Take care. Be well, guys. We'll talk to you guys next week for Christmas week or the holiday week, anyways.
See ya.
Peace out.